live on the air. I'm Richard Saile.
This is wild.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Loungetime. I'm your host, Rich Saile, and today we got a lot to cover today. All right, Week 7 in the books. Week 8, we are almost at the halfway point. I can't believe it's flying by this fast. Surprise! Yes, I'm home instead of being on the road. Something actually opened up, so I got to come back here, and I like being in the home studio. If I'm being honest, I like doing it in the home studio. I don't like doing it on the road a lot, but I only have to do it on the road unless I got to. That's the best part of being your own man in charge about this, right? So, but first, guys, I want to shout out my man, Johan Pat Davenport, last week. Guys, for those of you that are just tuning in for the first time, we just amassed about 70 views, the highest in Loungetime history, with my man Pat Davenport that sat here on Sunday. Great episode. The number one highest rated episode belongs to my man Pat Davenport. Shout out to him. Thank you for coming on, Johan. And guys, I'm gonna say this. I talked to him after. Chief bandwagons, you better hope you don't lose in the playoffs. You better hope you don't lose in the playoffs because he wants to see the celebration up close. He wants to be there when they lose. Okay? And if he ever gets to see the loss on the same day he's down here, oh no, bandwagons. You're in trouble, okay? I'm going to get to your game with the Niners because I got a lot of bones to pick there. But, guys, please go check out the last episode of Loungetime. 70 views almost, man. The highest in the show's history. It's a monumental stone for us. We continue to keep growing. We also got 2 subscribers as well. Again, it's 2. I'll take it. But, again, we're slowly growing, man. And we're only just going to keep growing, man. We're only going to keep gaining popularity. So, hey, if you want to join us now, we're open, okay? It's a great show, all right? Let's get into the Week 7 NFL action, okay? Now, we have a lot to get into, right? Because when I'm looking at the slate of games that we had, a couple close ones. I am going to go over Texans-Green Bay. I'm not going over the Browns with Deshaun Watson because they're basically done now that he's out with the Achilles. Lions-Vikings. Oh, we're going over that one. Saquon against the Giants in MetLife. Come on, bro. We kind of saw this coming, right? Beginning of the year, yeah, that's not going to go over well. Chiefs-Niners, we're going to go over. Ravens-Tampa, I'm going to go over that because there are some big injuries on that side. So, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go over actually the games I want to talk about first. And I'm going to start with the Texans and the Packers because I thought this was a great game, okay? But I have to address a couple things in here that I did not think would happen. And the first one is the fact that C.J. Stroud played so bad this game. So bad. I mean, he played so bad. I'm literally multitasking watching LSU Texas A&M while I do this, but I am so committed to getting this done. I'm going to do it. So forgive me if that's why you see the remote control in my hand because I'm trying to watch the game while I do this, okay? But C.J. Stroud played so bad, all right? 10 of 21 for 86 yards and no touchdowns and no picks. 86 passing yards, C.J. Stroud? Wow. Now, Green Bay fired Joe Barry, who one of my friends that's a Packers fan wanted. He got his wish, okay? Joe Mixon, 25 carries, 115 yards, 2 touchdowns. He got it going. But the fact that Stroud only threw for 86 yards, that is really, really bad. Okay? Offensive line broke down. 4 sacks allowed, right? Receivers couldn't really have a lot of good separation. Dalton Schultz, Stephon Diggs. Again, those guys, Tank Dell, where the fuck were you, dude? Where the fuck were you, Tank Dell? Because, I mean, you got 4 targets, but you don't even catch one ball. What? I'm lucky I won in fantasy and my team is so good that I'm 6-1. The fact that I can get away with it, but bro, Tank Dell, if I freaking start you and you cost me a playoff game, there's 2 games I start you and you do absolutely shit for me. He's on my non-starting list. He stays on the bench unless it's an absolute need because this dude, I'm actually not gonna lie, I'm actually disappointed with how he's playing for me in fantasy this season. Right? The defense though, okay? They got 3 sacks, right? Danielle Hunter got 1. Will Anderson got 1. We know those guys are going to do their thing, okay? So we knew they were going to do their thing. They got 2 picks off of Stroud, Neville Hewitt, Kalen Bullock, okay? I'm actually charging this computer, guys. That's why I'm just trying to make sure I multitask. But the Texans, man, I mean, listen, it was on the road. I don't think C.J. Stroud's going to play that bad again. So I'm not panicking for them. Okay, Green Bay is a good team. I said when Jordan Love was banged up, their best case was to go 2-1. They ended up going 2-1 with him being out, right? So, again, I am not worried about them at all. Again, that whole division in the North is really good too, which we're going to get into that for Green Bay. But the Texans, they're going to be fine in the South. Jaguars think they're hot shit after beating a garbage New England team when Brian Thomas was the next coming of Jerry Rice. Don't ask me why. The Titans, Will Levis, really? You're going to trust, you fear them with turning the ball over? Yeah, no. And then Anthony Richardson, Joe Flacco, the Colts, who I like as a team, but something just does not seem to be clicking for them at all. 4-13 on third down, the Texans, not good. That's actually horrible. 2 for 4 in the red zone. Ooh, that's bad. All right. 5 penalties is like mediocre. But again, just this was not a game they played good. Well, I wouldn't say bad because bad is like getting blown out or like not a lot of yards. Yes, Stroud threw for 86 yards, but their running game was able to do some stuff. It's just I don't expect C.J. Stroud to have that bad of a game again. I don't. Now somebody else in this league that's getting 8 interceptions and everybody seems to is shocked by that he's playing bad or is expecting him not to play bad. Well, he continues to underperform. That's a whole different topic, though. That's intended for the Big Bird knows. Nick Wright, fuck you. Annoying, toxic piece of shit. But anyway, I don't expect C.J. Stroud to play that bad again. I don't. So I think this is a little bit of an outlier for how bad the Texans were. I do think their running game is legit with Joe Mixon. I like that pickup in the offseason. I think he's going to help them a lot. And then their defense, they did okay. I don't think they did terrible. But 24 in this league is kind of average. I mean, again, it's up to your offense. They only scored 22. They didn't come through when they needed to. Okay? To the Packers, right? It's nice having Jordan Love back healthy, right? It's nice, right? Now, we're going to enjoy a little snack while we talk about the Packers because, A, Halloween cupcakes from, I believe it's Costco. I got to have these. Yep. This is what we do, bro. See me on my couch, and I'm just eating snacks, and I'm kicking back, talking football. That's what the show's all about, bro. Okay? Hey, who can beat snacks and watching football? Nothing. Can't beat it. But, in all seriousness, let's get back to the original scheduled programming that we had. Jordan Love, 24-33, 220 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Played all right. The running game, Josh Jacobs ran the ball pretty good. Romeo Doubs, of course when I drop you in fantasy, you have a good game. 6 for 94. Dontavian Wicks, course, when I pick you up, you play good, okay? Well, yeah, you catch a touchdown. The one time I don't have you in my lineup. Tucker Kraft had a touchdown. Josh Jacobs actually caught one out of the backfield, okay? So, they got a ton of weapons for them, right? The defense of the Packers, right? 4 sacks, 2 from Eric Wilson, Rashawn Gary, who I love coming out of the draft. Xavier McKinney continues to add to his amazing season, okay? And, again, just like I said, bro, this is a good team. I had them as a playoff team. Listen, did I think the North was going to be this good? I had a small thought they would be good, but I didn't know if... I knew the Packers would be good. I knew the Lions would be really good. The Vikings, I thought, could be good because O'Connell was such a good coach with quarterbacks, obviously from the McVay tree. Caleb Williams, this good right away. Well, they have talent around him. He should. But again, I'm not sold on Chicago or Minnesota to be that great, although I do like what I'm seeing from Minnesota, even though they lost 2 straight. But when I look at Green Bay, I think this team is still a team that can go to the NFC Championship game because when I look at everybody else in the NFC, I'm saying to myself, who do I think is challenging for the playoff, for the Super Bowl? I'm looking at the Lions. Now, Mark Davis said he's not trading Max Crosby. I still think that's a bunch of BS because that team's really not going anywhere. You would get a nice amount of draft capital if you try to get Crosby. You're rebuilding anyway. There's even talk Myles Garrett, not to the Lions, but his name's coming up in trade talks. I don't think the Browns would be likely to trade him. But Myles Garrett, if you can get him, bro, oh my God, that's like a missing piece for like a team one piece away. That needs a pass rusher. And there's some teams that definitely do need pass rush, but I don't see Cleveland moving on from their franchise player, Myles Garrett, and completely starting over. The Browns have just been constantly restarting and rebuilding, and I just don't think they're going to do that kind of a move. I just don't see it. But back to being on topic. When I look at the NFC, right, I look at Detroit. I think the Rams you can't rule out. They're 3-4. They're healthy. As long as Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp are healthy, okay, and Sean McVay's coaching, the Rams are in this. I don't rule them out. They were my... See, if Aaron Donald didn't retire, I would have took them to make the Super Bowl. But Aaron Donald retired, and I had to go, I don't know. I like what I see from Detroit. Green Bay's in that conversation. I can't put anybody in the East. I don't think anybody in the East is seriously a Super Bowl contender. I don't. Not the way the Eagles and Dallas look at all. I don't see it. Can Philly do it? Yeah, but Sirianni, I feel like he just keeps finding ways to lose the locker room. The South, I like Tampa before the injuries. Now I'm a little shaky with them because I don't like that. We're going to get to Tampa when we talk about them. Then I look at the Niners and I'm saying, Ayuk's not playing the same after getting that big contract. Their window is just slowly closing. I think they're at 3-4. And they got a big game with Dallas where the loser could be 3-4, 3-5. Because Dallas had their bye week. That's why I said 3-4. And the Niners, if they lose, they could be 3-5. So they're not sitting in a good spot, the loser of that game. We'll get to that when we get to picks. But again, I think Green Bay is within the top 3 or 4 in the NFC. And I don't rule them out, especially with how they played last year. And I still think as long as Jordan Love is healthy and he plays like he did the second half of last season, they'll be fine. 4-10 on third down. That's not bad. It's actually good. I mean, it's actually pretty good from what some other teams I've seen be at. 2-2 in the red zone. Perfect. 8 penalties, though. That's a lot. 3 turnovers, though. You got to clean that up, dude. That is unacceptable. They were lucky to win that game. When you lose a turnover battle 3-0 and you win by 2, I would say it's a lucky win, but it's not. But you got to clean those up. And I know Matt LaFleur is addressing that this week, that they got to clean it up. So, again, Green Bay, we know they're really good. That division is still within reach. They still got to play the Lions twice. And again, I think that's going to be a very great, tight race to the win in the NFC North. All teams are above 500, and I think it's going to be great to see. Lions-Vikings we're going to get into, actually. right now because that was a great game. I had that on while we did the when we did the show last week with my man Johan. Let's get to the Lions because they showed me something that I was like, okay, you have to put them in the discussion among the front runners. Jared Goff led a 2-minute drill. Not even a 2-minute drill. He led them down the field and he was calm. The one kryptonite with him was pressure. And he just methodically did a good job moving the ball down the field. And he got them in a field goal range. 22 of 25, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns. Listen, I mean, the Rams got a win out of this with Stafford winning a Super Bowl for them. But Jared Goff also got a win because his career had a huge change from it was not going great in the Rams, and slowly but surely, it's going up with the Lions. The more he is in Dan Campbell's system, this is what, year 4 with him at the helm. And again, he's playing really, really good football right now. 3 incompletions, 280 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. This guy, I'm not saying he should be in the MVP conversation. Like, for the front runner, no. There's 2 guys I have, and then he would probably be 3rd. Now, people had a couple Twitter posts where it was Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar, and Goff. You ready for this? And I swear I'm not saying this because I hate the cheap bandwagons. Although, I could say partially I do. I'm going to say this. Jared Goff should be ahead of Mahomes in the MVP discussion. He should. Because he's having a better season. He's having a better season than Mahomes is. I don't think he's a better quarterback than Mahomes. But this season, he's having the better season than Mahomes is. Okay? Jahmyr Gibbs, 15 carries, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns. He ran the ball really good. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 8 for 112 and a touchdown. Khalif Raymond, a touchdown as well. Hey, thank you, Amon-Ra. I needed that freaking game to go off. I'll take it. Okay? The Lions' offensive line, 4 sacks. Little concerning. I can't lie. A little concerning, right? But their defense, they got 4 sacks from a bunch of guys. Malcolm Rodriguez, Jack Campbell, Pascal. Nowoski, I think. I'm going to try to get these names. Guys, if I butcher them, please forgive me. Okay, Brian Branch had the pick. Okay? This Detroit Lions team showed me a lot of good things in their win on the road against the Vikings. When they were down, that game was starting to slip away from them. They were able to roar back and lead a 2-minute drill, go right down, kick the field goal, and win. I mean, these guys, they got to be among the NFC favorites. I would love if they were able to get a guy like Max Crosby. I don't think they'll get Myles Garrett, so that's why I'm saying Max Crosby is more likely. I don't care what Mark Davis says. They might be starting to look at another rebuild, even though, again, because what do they got? Brock Bowers, Devontae left. Like, what do you got? Max Crosby, if he ever goes to the Lions, I would love them to go to the Super Bowl. But the only thing that scares me is Dan Campbell gets a little happy going for it too much on 4th down. And that's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about because last year we remember the championship game where he went for it too much and it ended up being the turning point in the game where they ended up losing. That's my only worry. Plus, I feel like the Lions curse, until they break it, I feel like it's always going to still be there in some weird way. 4-10 on 3rd down. Pretty good. I won't say great. 50 or better is when I would say great. Pretty good on 3rd down. He only went for it on 4th down once. They didn't get it. 8 penalties, though. 1 turnover. Wow, this LSU guy just freaking took it all the way. Anderson, this guy, Aaron Anderson, he's pretty good. Wow. Sorry, I just caught that play while I'm doing this game. But, listen, Detroit has the best offense in the league. They got so many receivers. They got running game, 1-2 punch, power and speed, thunder and lightning, whatever you want to use. Offensive line, really good unit. They got to protect Goff better, which they will. Defensively, they're just missing a couple pieces there, and I think they're right in this mix. But Max Crosby, if they can get him in time, if Hutchinson gets back for a Super Bowl return, this team could be legit, right? Let's go to the Vikings because Minnesota, we're going to talk about them in 2 games today. And, again, Sam Darnold, 22 of 27 for 259, a touchdown and a pick. I don't think he did that bad. I know that there was a couple plays where he looked bad, but I don't think he did all that bad. I don't think he did like terrible. I mean, listen, the Lions just won in clutch time. Okay? And you got to tip your cap. They were the better team, and they're going to be really good. Wow, he actually just split right through the safety and the linebacker and whoop, down the side, up the middle. Aaron Jones, I love this pick in free agency. I don't know how they got him for, was it $8 million, 10? Like, are you kidding me? Aaron Jones you got for a steal? Like, this guy's, again, he's one of those guys I think is a good postseason performer. He's really good. 14 for 93 and a touchdown. Jay Jetta, we know what Jay Jetta is going to do. He's one of the best receivers in football. 7 for 81 and a touchdown. You know he's going to get the ball at least a lot of times, right? Jalen Naylor, 4 for 76. Addison, I don't know why he posted 3 or whatever. I don't know why. 3 for 66 on 4 targets in this game. I don't know why, guys. I'm just reporting the news, man, okay? Ivan Pace Jr., he got a fumble recovery on defense for them. And the Vikings defense, Andrew Van Ginkel having a really good season. An outside linebacker, Grenard, and Ivan Pace had a sack, right? He had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. But the Vikings defense, it's good, but it's got some question marks. And again, I think that they are missing that guy. Like, I'm trying to think of a good example that I think that they really need. I think they're missing a guy like a Pat Surtain in Denver that I think would really help them. I like Stephon Gilmore. He's only got a couple years left, I feel like. But I feel like if they have that like really good corner to help Harrison Smith in the like on the outside, and while they can man up the middle, and then they can get maybe a guy like a Garrett or somebody that can help the pass rush, I feel like this team would be right there too. I think their defense worries me. Again, I think that's the one thing that they're missing. I'm just checking the Vikings offensive line. Yeah, they also gave up 4 sacks as well. 4-10 on third down as well. Pretty good. 8 penalties, though, as well. Basically, as evenly matched as you could think of. It's the Lions winning in clutch time that won the game. And that's really what it came down to. And the really great elite teams know how to win when the game is on the line. And the Lions did. That's what basically my conclusion is for them. And you got to give those guys a lot of credit for them, right? So we got to say, look, did a good job over there, all right? Now my computer wants to act a little funky because now it won't let me go down to the late games. Oh, good. I'm going to go off on them. Finally, Chief bandwagons. Now, before I absolutely shit on the bandwagons because I have a little extra context here to something that I found out happened later in the week. We're going to talk about that actually maybe first. But I want to enjoy this other cupcake that I got for myself. I had to get to. And let me say this. You bandwagons on Twitter, chill out, bro. I mean, I'm just giving my opinion, bro. I'm just giving my opinion on the D-Hop trade. Now, I have people like it, but... And I'm talking about my tweet that I'm about to talk about, because those bandwagons did not like that. But here's the thing, I don't care. I don't care. At all. I really don't care about them. Let me see if it'll let me pull it up. I haven't used a lot. If not, you guys can look up at Loungetime Pod, where I posted that tweet. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, I have to. Yeah, it's Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I'm gonna just look it up actually right now, because I have to tell you guys, this is actually. I mean, this is hilarious. This is actually funny as hell. I'm looking to see if it will let me do it. I don't know why it won't. No. I guess it's not gonna let me. Oh well. I'm not worried about it. I think I might be able to find a way, actually. But anyway, so basically, let me give some context about the tweet. So I said to them that, oh, Mahomes needs another guy because he can't win with the wide receivers that he has now because they can't make an AFC Championship game. And let's just say that started off a huge firestorm on Twitter, and I posted that about, 10 a.m. after, 3 hours they got DeAndre Hopkins. Boy, you bandwagons, you got triggered. But guess what? I give 0 fucks when I tweet about you. 0 fucks. That's how absolutely I cannot stand this team. I'm not even joking. This is how I absolutely cannot stand this team. I hate you, cheap bandwagons. I do. Here we go. I'm gonna try to see if it'll let me pull it up now. All right, I'm trying to get the link for you guys because I look out for you guys. All right. I don't know why it won't let me. All right. Well, F it. All right. They don't. I mean, they're being annoying today, but whatever. Whatever. I mean, they're just being annoying today. But this is funny. So yeah. Apparently, the Chief bandwagons got mad at me for bringing up how Tom Brady had Rashae Caldwell as the number 1 wide receiver. And they were like, oh, but see who we got after that? We got Randy Moss. Bro, you're really going to tell me that Juju Smith-Schuster, Sky Moore, Kadarius Toney, McCole Hardman were all worse than Rashae Caldwell? Stop. This is, guys, this is how delusional they sound right now. I laughed when they had the audacity to say comments to me, oh, but you don't know football, shut the hell up, you bleep bleep. I won't get into all the comments. I mean, I won't. Basically, they called me retarded and that I don't know football. I laughed. They don't watch the show. Anybody that doesn't watch the show, I don't care about. People that do watch the show, hey, you, the wonderful audience that I have, I care about those people that want to watch and that want to get educated and want to know football knowledge, that want to just have a good time and listen to something that's kicked back. You Chief bandwagons. See, I texted Johan about this tweet. I did. But you bandwagons, listen, he's not going to solve it all. Okay? He'll help. I'll be honest. But it's not going to help. Because, see, this is their way of covering up how bad he's been. Oh, it's the receiver's fault. They can't get open. They're all banged up. Whoa. Time out. You cheap bandwagons complained, oh, but we took Juju as the number 1 wide receiver to the Super Bowl. Kadarius Toney. These receivers are worse. No? I don't think Xavier's Worthy's worse than Juju. I don't, personally. I'm not saying that to be nice. Whoa. You still have Travis Kelce's your number 1. So what's the problem here? Well, what's the problem? Why does he need help? He just won back-to-back Super Bowls. He's good. Why? Why do you got to get D-Hop? Oh, because, see, the bandwagons and Nick Wright, the fucking head of the snake, they're like, oh, we need wide receivers because he's not playing well, and I don't expect him to play this bad. Yeah, well, let me tell you this, bro. Let me educate you Chief bandwagons little something that I remember 5 years ago from today. Oh, yes! 5 years ago, yep. Let me educate you bandwagons. Do y'all remember when Tom Brady and the Patriots got Antonio Brown week 1, right before they played the Steelers? I was at my aunt's house where I got the news. And I'm like, oh no. We got him? I'm like, he's not staying long. Because he had too much trouble. One game, everybody's like, oh boy, they're going to be really damn good. Little did people know that it would not stay long. I knew it wouldn't stay long. He didn't even make the team for 2 weeks. Okay? Wow, this kicker just keeps missing. Damn. And then, later that season, they go out and get Mohamed Sanu for, I think it was a second or third round pick, and I'm going, why are you trading for Mohamed Sanu for a second or third round pick? Am I missing something? Like what? Like, he's not worth that. No. Okay, maybe if you knew Tom Brady was staying long, yes. But you sold your future pick on that? Are you kidding me? And how do you do? Oh, not great. Not great. So, I'm not saying D-Hop is Mohamed Sanu. I would never disrespect D-Hop that way. I wanted him to come to the Patriots. He didn't. Made me bummed out. But that was the beginning of the end for Bill, in my opinion, when he didn't get him, and it was because of money. Cheap bastard. But I don't think that. I think he'll be good in Kansas City. He won't be his old prime self, I'll tell you that. Those days are over. He's got maybe 2-3 years left. Maybe 2 to 3 years. So he doesn't have much. But let me tell you something, bandwagons. Those injuries keep piling up. They're mounting up for you. Mahomes is throwing more interceptions than touchdowns. See, guys, also, educate yourselves a little bit on this. We talk about how bad Deshaun Watson's been. People talk about how bad Will Levis has been. People talk about how bad Anthony Richardson is. People talk about how bad Aaron Rodgers is for the Jets, even though he has nowhere near the turnovers that are bad as Mahomes has. Why isn't the media talking about that way with Mahomes, huh? Why not ESPN? Why not First Things First? Why? Oh, because guess what? The bias you could see right through. See my good little 20/20 vision eyes? I could see right through them. I could see right through that they don't want to talk about how bad he is. They can't bash him. Why? Because he's the golden child. We can't talk bad about him. He's the face of the league. We'll get ostracized if we do. Not here we don't. I'm not scared. My chest is out, I'm saying that. I'm not scared to talk bad about him. You know why? Because that's what makes this show different. Trap game, I knew it. Wisconsin's up by 3.5 over Penn State. I'm delayed. Don't bother me, people. Okay, I'm recording this for you guys. All right? However, I'm going to talk about how bad he is. My man Johan was going to talk about how bad he is. Okay? And he didn't play well against the Niners. Oh, no! He didn't play well against the Niners. He did not. Don't let that score fool you. Do not let it fool you. He did not play great against the Niners. I watched this game. He did not play well. Just like he has this season. And people have the audacity to say, well, he should be the MVP frontrunner. I would love to know what marijuana, what drug they're on, because they need to be drug tested for that shit. I need to know what they're on, because they clearly are not watching the football that I know I'm giving to you, beautiful, lovely people that watch this show. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Jared Goff, all playing better than he is right now. All playing better. All deserve to be in the MVP conversation over him. And you cheap bandwagons can bitch about it all you want. You can talk shit on Twitter all you want. You know what I say? I don't give a fuck, because guess what? When y'all lose in the playoffs, he's coming right back here. I'm going to celebrate worse than I did when the Bengals beat him in the 2021 AFC Championship game. It's going to be worse. You guys, listen, I might become a national meme when that happens. I don't care. You know why? Because my job on this show is to be entertaining, but also provide football knowledge. I'm going to give you guys a treat if they ever lose. But I can't reveal a surprise yet, because you know why. I need to make sure it happens in existence before it happens. But let's just say it's going to be better than the Joe Burrow one that I had when y'all lost to him. And that was one of the happiest damn days I had, because it was the first time they had a bad game about it. But we're not talking about the Niner game. Why? Oh, no, he's got 3 Super Bowls. They'll be fine. It's early. Oh, no. But you could talk about how bad Aaron Rodgers has been. You could talk about how bad Dak Prescott's been. You could talk about how bad Jalen Hurts has been. You could talk bad when Josh Allen has a bad game. Oh, no. We're going to be talking about this. Let's get the numbers. Let's get the numbers. 16-27. 154 yards. 2 picks? What? 2 picks? What? 2? How many touchdowns he had? He had none? I thought y'all told me he was a baby goat. You put those numbers up? Oh, wait. So we're got to protect the golden child. See, they're trying to masquerade us, people. Okay, I don't fall for it. I see with my own 20/20 eyes. I watched the damn game. He did not play good at all. Oh, but the line gave up 2 sacks. Did you see how many times he threw away? How about the runs he had? You couldn't even shove the kid out of bounds. Why? Oh, because we might have a 15-yard penalty that'll give him more spots to the red zone, and then he'll get it in. The rushing touchdown. Oh, did you see how he navigated through the hole? Other than those 2 plays, how did he do? How did he do for the course of the game? Not good. Not good. But why did they win? Brock Purdy stunk the damn game up. He stunk it up. You cannot throw interceptions in your own territory, not in your own territory, in opponent territory twice in a game you lose by 2 possessions, 10 points. You simply cannot do that, and Kyle Shanahan knew it. Brock Purdy sold him the game. That's why you lucky bandwagons got away with it. Brock Purdy gave you the game. Handed it like a nice Christmas morning present with the bow and the wrapping paper and said, here, take the game. We suck. Ayuk drops a pass. Okay? I don't know what's going on with the Niners. I'm going to get to them in a minute. You bandwagons, your running game. Kareem Hunt had 2 rushing touchdowns. Kareem Hunt had more touchdowns than Mahomes threw. Kareem Hunt. Okay? Noah Gray was their leading receiver. Noah Gray. A nobody. 4 for 66 yards. A nobody. Don't let it fool you. Hardman had a rushing touchdown. Honestly, no surprise. Guess what, though? Their defense had 1 sack. They had 1 sack all game. 1! 1 sack! That's it. They had 1. They didn't have 4. They didn't have 5. They had 1. They had 1. And they ended up getting 2 picks. You lucky bastards. You lucky fucking bastards. I'm telling you, the refs are not going to bail you out anymore. You can just enjoy the refs bailing you out while they can. Because one day, it's not going to happen. And guess what? I'm going to be happy. But you know what? I'm not throwing an extreme parade when y'all lose your first game. You know why? Because everybody thinks you're not going undefeated. Oh, but they might actually go undefeated if they get by Buffalo. You heard him right here. He said the 07 Patriots, the only team in the regular season to ever go undefeated. Take it from me. I watched Green Bay in 2011 go 14-0. Lose to the Chiefs. 13-0, actually. My fault. I'm not factually correct. 13-0 and lose to the Chiefs week 14. I remember Carolina in 2015 going 14-0 and losing to Atlanta in Atlanta. I remember when my team had two different stints. 10-0 in 2015. We go 2-4 the rest of the way. And it cost us a bye. 2019, we started out 8-0. We go 4-4. We're out in the first round. And I seen the Eagles. Did they have an 8-0 record? Losing the Super Bowl. You might start good, but the wrong day that you lose, it's gonna crash and burn, and it's gonna fall flat on your face. And if it's gonna be in the playoffs, I know you're gonna lose to Baltimore. You're gonna lose to Cincinnati. No, not Cincinnati. Buffalo, Baltimore, Buffalo, and Houston. You're gonna lose to one of them three, and that AFC Championship trick's gonna be bye-bye. It's gonna be done. Okay? It's going to be done. 3 picks, actually, they had on Brock Purdy. Yeah, Brock Purdy gifted you the game. Okay? He did. But bandwagons, I'm telling you right now, you better hope you don't lose in the playoffs. You better hope you don't lose in the playoffs. Because if you do, I will celebrate like there's no tomorrow. And I personally will have the best celebration ready for that to happen. I will be ready for when that happens. It will be a must-see episode. I will become a national meme that day. Just wait. Because you bandwagons have been unbearable for 2 years. And if y'all lose, it's going to be my turn to be unbearable. And all offseason, you're going to see me gloat and gloat and gloat. Because I fucking hate the Mahomes-Brady comps already. And we're going to bury that shit to the fucking graveyard when that's done. We're going to bury it when he loses. Okay? Oh, Rich, but Kelsey's not a number one wideout. No, he is. Stop. He is. Teams have called. Adjusted. That's football. That's football. My old man would tell me. That's football. You ain't going to have that happen. Okay? Head of the snake, Nick Wright, fucking Mr. Big Bird, Sesame Street nose. Okay? Sit the fuck down. Oh, Mahomes Mountain. I don't care. I don't watch him, and I'm glad I don't, because guess what? I'm happy. You see my face? You see this studio? I love it. You're not ruining my offseason another year. It ain't going to happen. And I'm so confident, too. I'm so confident. Even though you all won, I'm so confident. 8 of 14 on third down. That's actually really good. 4 or 5 in the red zone. 4 for 48. 2 turnovers. They look sloppy, but let me tell you, the wrong day is going to happen when you all just come crashing down. Brock Purdy, I'll repeat his stats, 17 and 31, 212 yards, 3 picks. Sold in the game, straight up. 2 rushing touchdowns, whatever. He still sold in the game. Kittle, 6 for 92. Ayuk dropped 1 in his hands. The defense, 2 sacks. Floyd and then Malik Collins and Nick Bosa shared a sack. Again, they're just not the same. 2 of 11 on third down, you won't win that way. Kyle Shanahan knows that. 3 turnovers, 6 penalties, 2 for 4 in the red zone. No, that's not going to get it done. That's not going to get it done. Trust me, it's not. You bandwagons, I'm telling you right now, you are not winning. And I feel confident in saying that. Your 3P bullshit is just noise. You can make it louder. I know the eye test, what it says to me. The eye test tells me somebody's going to beat you. I'm looking at Buffalo. I'm looking at Houston. I'm looking at Pittsburgh that week, and I don't trust Pittsburgh's quarterback situation unless I get the Russell Wilson that played the Jets and absolutely cooked on them. I'm looking at those games. I'm going, y'all in deep trouble. Y'all in deep trouble. I already am negotiating a deal where I'm bringing Johan back just to aggravate the motherfucking shit out of you bandwagons. I'm gloating this offseason if you lose. I know it's going to happen. And I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it. I will find every clip that I want. I will find every meme material that I have. Because last time, I had a box of tissues. I had garbage bags to clean out them lockers. Tissues for when you bandwagons wipe your salty tears. I have more. You will lose. It is not happening this year. Johan, I hope you like this because he loves when I do this shit. But for my average fans, I'm sorry. I absolutely hate this damn bandwagon team. I absolutely hate them with a passion. I had to stomach 2 off seasons of them gloating. ESPN with this Mahomes better than Brady talk. I had the conversation with Johan last episode. Check it out. I am so sick of seeing Travis Kelce on commercials. Right now he's on the Pepsi one, okay? I'm just so sick of it. I'm so sick of Taylor Swift being at these games. Who the fuck cares? I am so sorry to my wonderful new audience members that we have. I don't curse like this unless I absolutely am pissed at the Patriots or the damn bandwagons get a lucky call. Trust me, there's a good person in me that is nice. Okay? I'm entertaining. You guys are seeing that. I absolutely despise and hate these bandwagons. I absolutely do. I hate where the media is going with this. I refuse to sit for this. I'm sorry I have to be annoying like this, but I need y'all to understand this is the difference between me and these other shows. They will suck ad nauseum to Mahomes like he's a king, greater than Napoleon. Yes, I'm a history guy. He's not. Even Napoleon lost. That's how much of a history nerd I am. Okay? I'm not afraid to call myself a nerd at all. I'm a movie nerd, game nerd, whatever you want to call it. History nerd. I don't care. But I know one thing. Signs are slipping. You are not going for that three-peat's not happening. You're going to lose. Injuries are going to pile up. It ain't going to happen. You're going to get every lucky break for now. Enjoy it. Because when you lose, it's all going to come crashing down. It's going to crash down. Yoam, I hope you like that. One more game I want to get into. I'm not going to talk about the Charger-Cardinal game. I got no interest in that game at all. J.K. Dobbins, you disappointed me in fantasy. That's why I'm not talking about your game. And the Cardinals, please, I'm not doing that. We got to talk about Baltimore-Tampa Bay, though, because there's a lot of big implications on both sides here. Both good and bad. Let's talk about the good with the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, 17-22 for 281 yards, 5 touchdowns. Tied a career high. The man also had 9 carries for 52 yards on the ground. To me, it's a 2-horse race between him and Josh Allen for league MVP. The only thing I think that Lamar Jackson's missing is a Super Bowl championship. A signature postseason win, too. That's the only thing I think he's missing. I think other than that, he is basically making a strong case to be, I would say, and I'm not delusional because I know my quarterbacks I would put ahead of him. He's making a case to be a top 30 quarterback if he wins. Top 30. Because if he were to win a Super Bowl, he had 2 league MVPs. If he gets a third and wins a Super Bowl this season, I got to put him in the top 30 at least. I got to if he gets both the signature playoff win and a championship. Do I think he will? I don't trust that defense to. I don't. But Lamar, I'm telling you right now, you can light up the regular season. I need to see that signature postseason win, and I need to see you get past the Chiefs to get to the Super Bowl. I need to see it before I say what I'm going to say. I don't believe he's top 30 right now. I think he's making a very strong case. But I think he has to overcome those demons in the postseason. He has not done that well. That's the one thing standing in his way. Signature playoff win in Super Bowl. That's all I want to see if he does. Will I think he do it? Nope. That's the one thing missing. Derrick Henry, King Henry, the closer for me in fantasy against my cousin Frankie. Frankie, I'm sorry. I had to beat you. You had a 5-on-3. I needed Derrick Henry, and I knew they'd run him. King Henry, 81-yard run. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. 15 for a $169. I mean, this dude, he's having a renaissance, man. Tennessee, they wore him down. Now they're kind of giving him his carries. Not as much volume as Tennessee did. He's still running through people. He's still running angry. King of 6-1 on my fantasy team. I like this. Okay. And why have you won? Because you get him going. You get him going. If you get him going, you're good. If you don't get him going, you lose. It starts with 22. You get him going. He cruises. Mark Andrews finally showed up. I was waiting for this man to have a great game. I was waiting. 4 catches, 41 yards, 2 touchdowns. He went off for me when Cole Kmet had a bye. Thank you. Yes, he went off. Rashad Bateman, 4 catches, 121 yards and a touchdown. Justice Hill caught one. Nelson Aguilar, he had 1 catch for 20 yards. I'm not going to mention him. Derrick Henry even had a receiving touchdown. King Henry once again. Okay? The defense had 3 sacks. Marlon Humphrey had 2 picks before he got hurt. The Ravens playing like one of the hottest teams in football, the hottest team you could argue. 3 of 8 on 3rd down. I wouldn't say that's all that great. 9 penalties though. 85 yards. That's a lot. You're going to have to clean that up. But let me tell you something. Baltimore, don't drink the Kool-Aid, people, casuals. Because you know why? They're trying to suck you in to think, oh, the Ravens are better than the Chiefs. But Rich, you just said they are. That's my message to the Chief bandwagons because I refuse to believe that. They are. Now, me, honestly, I need to see it in the playoffs before I even utter those words, especially since they lost week 1 because of toe gates. I won't go there, but I will say this. Baltimore's a different team now than what they were week 1. They are. So, I think, again, that they're going to be different. But I do think that they would give them problems now that they probably didn't get week 1. Week 1, again, it takes a couple teams to get into rhythm. Look at the Ravens now, 5 straight wins. John Harbaugh can coach. I do get mad at him once in a while for the analytics, which that's my only worry with him, really, because he'll get too much into analytics. But Lamar Jackson needs to do something in the postseason before I jump to that conclusion. I don't think he will. So, honestly, no, I'm not going there. Let's go to Tampa because, unfortunately, they took some hits, man. Especially the Chris Godwin injury. If you saw it, it was tough watch. I didn't see the injury because the game was over and I was on PlayStation with my friends. Yes, I have my gaming habits I like. Baker Mayfield, 31 of 45, 370 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Some of the picks Baker threw, like the one in the red zone, like that was a 14-point swing. You absolutely need to throw that ball away in that situation. And what do? You force it, and I'm going, what are you doing? You know the Lazy Town clip where Robbie Rotten, I think he's got like that whole little visor, and he's like slamming his head going, "What are you doing?" That was me when Baker Mayfield threw the pick in the red zone. What were you doing? And my answer is, I'm like wondering, what was he thinking? Bucky Irving ran in a rushing touchdown. Their running game did okay, not great. But let's get to the big thing in the room, right? Cade Otton, 8 catches, 100 yards. Most of his catches were in garbage time. Rachaad White had 2 receiving touchdowns. Mike Evans caught 1 touchdown before he got hurt. Unfortunately, he's out until I think it's their Week 11 bye or after the bye. Godwin's out for the season. That's a huge blow. That's a huge blow. Because that I was low-key thinking Tampa could make a serious run at another divisional round appearance, maybe a championship game based on how the NFC looked. Now I'm actually skeptical of Tampa because I've got questions about them with Godwin and Evans out. And I think Atlanta this opens the door for because Atlanta might actually benefit from this more than people realize. And I feel like that's exactly what the Falcons need to get them back in the division and maybe take the lead. But it sucks for Tampa because they were playing so damn good before Monday night. Monday night they didn't play that great. Antoine Winfield got a sack. Antoine Winfield Jr., I should say. So did Yaya Diaby. And then let's get to the 11-17 on third down is great. But when you turn it over twice, you go 3 for 5 in the red zone with 1 that was a 14-point swing and 8 penalties. That's the stuff that's going to decide against the elite teams. All right, that's what it's going to be. All right. But I think Tampa took a huge blow losing both Evans and Godwin. That's a big loss. All right. I want to talk about the Rams-Vikings Thursday night game because I actually said on Twitter that I actually picked the Rams to win. I had a sneaky feeling going in. I'm like, Kupp is back. I didn't know if Nakua was back, honestly. But I said the Rams are going to win, I think. Because I just had that feeling Minnesota was going to lose back-to-back. And Nussmeier, what are you doing throwing across your body like that? There's a flag. I think it might be the INT return. And in Wisconsin went down 1. I'm almost caught up. I had the feeling the Rams were going to win. And I knew because Sean McVay is a good coach. There's just certain guys I just will not bet against. Andy Reid. I'm definitely not betting against Mike Tomlin after Russell Wilson looking good. He knew what he was doing. Sean McVay is another guy that I'm not going to bet against. I don't care. He's a damn good coach, man. All right, that team, I said, if there's any team that can recover from 1-4, it's the Rams. Did I not say that? Go back and look it up. Stafford, 25 of 34, 279 yards, 4 touchdowns, a pick. Some of the plays he was making, see, if it was Mahomes, oh my God, did you see that throw on the run where he threw across his body? Oh my gosh, what a completion. That's what people would say with Mahomes. But see, with Matt Stafford, oh, that was nice. Oh, that was surprising. Like, guys, you've noticed the difference? How selective the media is? You see how selective they are? Yeah. You can't fool 2020 eyes. Can't fool. 25-34, 279 yards, 4 touchdowns, a pick. He played mostly pretty good. Oh, wow, nice blocking. A&M down 3. Unless there's a flag. Nope, there's no flag. Touchdown. Kyron Williams, 28, 3 carries, 97 yards. They were able to run the ball well. Nakua, 7 catches, 106 yards. Cooper Kupp got me a touchdown in his first game back. Let's go, man. 5 for 51 and a touchdown. Kyron Williams had a receiving touchdown. Okay. They balled out. And their offensive line, no sacks. That's big. with their injuries up front, that is huge. Jared Verse, the rookie defensive end from Florida State. Guys, remember this name. This kid's going to be pretty damn good, man. All right, I watched him at Florida State. He was a good player. He was a really good player. Man, oh, man. Oscar homered. Wow. Otani's 0 for 3. I'm reading the box score while I'm doing this. The Rams' offensive line played clean with all those injuries up front. And that's big with what their injuries they had to deal with in the beginning of the year. That's a huge step against the Minnesota Vikings, who are an aggressive blitzing team. They had answers. The Rams' defense got some. They did not get a pick on Sam Darnold. I'm actually surprised on that. I thought they did. They did get 3 sacks. But remember Jared Verse's name, guys. All right? Kid's going to be pretty damn good. The Rams, I'm telling you right now, they're 3-4. I know Cooper Kupp's name's been in trade talks. They're not trading Cooper Kupp. There's no way. If they lost, I think it would have happened. I don't think it's going to happen anymore. I don't think it's going to happen. 4-10 on third down, pretty good. Perfect in the red zone, 1 turnover, 6 penalties. Little things to clean up, but the Rams showing signs of a team that's getting better. And good stuff. Really, really good stuff. They got the game-winning safety at the end. Let's go to the Vikings. Sam Darnold, 18 of 25, 240 yards, 2 touchdowns. He didn't turn it over. He did not turn it over. Jay Jetta, 8 catches, 115 yards. Aaron Jones, 19 carries, 58 yards. Trent Sherfield caught a touchdown. Josh Oliver caught one. Vikings, though, got no sacks, 2 quarterback hits, and they got 1 pick from Byron Murphy Jr., who I like. Good corner. The Vikings, I feel like Brian Flores' scheme is still good. But once teams figure you out, the really, really good teams, the Lions, the Rams, I think, are a really good one healthy. Campbell and Sean McVay are really good coaches, too. Once they figure you out, let's see how good that scheme really is. But those guys, they know how to counter you. Ben Johnson's really good offensive coordinator. I hope he gets a head coaching job. I know our fans want him in New England, but there's no way Kraft fires Mayo. Just give that up. 2 of 7 on third down, the Vikings. That's not great. 2 of 4 in the red zone. 9 penalties for 50 yards. That's not going to cut it, dude. That's not going to cut it. Little things are what separates wins and losses. Remember that, guys. All right? That will not cut it. All right? Now, I don't know why my computer will not let me pull up the scoreboard. That's not what I want. Here we go. All right. Enough of me rambling. You guys probably can't stand it. Let's get to the game. Starting with Sunday. No London games, by the way. Let's start off with the Eagles-Bengals. Now, I'm going by ESPN Bet here, so because I want to get through this pretty quickly for you guys. Eagles-Bengals in Cincinnati, right? Cincinnati has won, I believe it's 2 straight. Cleveland and the Giants, right? Eagles won 2 straight also. Somebody's going to be winning 3 straight after this game. Give me the Eagles with the points. Over 47.5. This is going to be an over. I think that Jalen Hurts is going to light it up. Joe Burrow's going to light it up. I don't have any confidence in the Bengals defense. I don't. They haven't played well all year. And Kellen Moore is going to find a way to get Saquon Barkley going like he did last week against his former team. Lit him up, by the way. Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown. They're going to have A.J. Brown's going to go off. Devontae will have a much better game. Goddard being out. You got to imagine that they're going to try to make some kind of move there. Give me the Eagles 34-27. We're going over. And the Eagles cover. Give me the points. All right? Over Cincinnati. I'm a little skeptical with Cincinnati's defense. Ravens-Browns. Jameis Winston is starting. Deshaun Watson's out for the season. Okay? Give me Baltimore. Don't give me. I don't want the points. Just give me Baltimore to win. Not a guarantee though, but I would say that. I think Baltimore should beat Cleveland. I think that they'll get 23. I think Jameis maybe gets one touchdown. So give me 23-10. I think it's a 23-10 type of game. Titans-Lions. Lions are favored by 12 at home. I feel like they light up Tennessee. I feel like they light them up. I think this is they'll cover. 30-17 type of game, I feel like. Tennessee might score in garbage time, but they won't cover. The Lions will cover. I think they're good enough. I think Goff in that offense, they could score more than 30, but I'm going to be nice. I'm going to say they at least get 30 on the Titans. 30-17. Cardinals-Dolphins. Tua comes back for this game. And I'm taking Miami painfully. I hate the Dolphins so much. All right, they're going to light up Arizona. They're going to score maybe 27, and I'm going to go. I think the Cards get 27. I'm going to go 27-24. Miami over the Cardinals. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. Miami's defense sucks. So does Arizona. So another one. Over. Cardinals, Miami. It's going to be an over as well. Jets, New England. Oh, God. Do I really have to watch this damn team? Do I really have to watch? I might watch the Eagles-Bengal game just to force myself not to watch it. It's either that or my team, which I'm starting to get annoyed watching them because I'm getting damn annoyed with how bad they look. Jets are going to win, though. I had a Jet fan talk to me today saying, Reg, it's going to be the Jets-like thing to lose to Drake May at home, and they're done. Reddick's coming back, though. But I want Drake May to win. I do. After losing to Jacksonville, I said, you know what? They're cooked. Aaron Rodgers, I'm not doing it. I'm not betting against them this week. If I lose, I'm happy my team wins. If they lose, no surprise, we suck. Give me the Jets, 26. New England, 12. I don't think New England's going to do anything this week. Drake May is going up against a better defense than Jacksonville, and if we couldn't do well against Jacksonville, I don't know how he's going to do against a good Jets defense, although they've taken a step back from what they previously were. Falcons, Tampa. I want to say this is over because on Thursday night a couple weeks ago, this definitely hit the over. Hit it by over the first half. Darnell Mooney, can you be twice the charm and go off again? I think I have him starting for me in fantasy this week. I'm going to take Atlanta to win this time. Again. Evans and Godwin being out hurts them. I think Atlanta gets the tiebreaker advantage. They go in first place in the NFC South. And I think that Kirk Cousins wins. I'm going to say Atlanta gets 33. Tampa's going to get 23. 33-23. Falcons over Tampa. Packers, Jaguars. Y'all really think you want me to trust Jacksonville? Like they think they're shit after beating New England? Jordan Love, Green Bay, I'm rolling with you. Fuck the Jaguars. I don't think Doug Peterson's a good coach. I think Green Bay gets 28 on him. They run it pretty good. But they'll let Jordan Love have a day. But they'll get Trevor Lawrence to make mistakes, I think. 28-17, Packers beat the Jaguars. Colts, Texans, another division series wrapping up in this game. And it's the second time these two teams meet in 8 weeks. Texans won barely in Indianapolis. Now they're in Houston. I think that C.J. Stroud and company are going to bounce back. I see a 30-20 type of game with the Texans because the Colts defense is awful. I think the Texans are going to bounce back. I don't think Stroud's going to have back-to-back bad games. Anthony Richardson, Joe Flacco, whoever it is. I don't think they're going to have enough to beat the Texans. I think they're going to be much better. But I think they'll get 20. But give me the Texans 30 to 20 over the Colts. Saints, Chargers. And Jim Harbaugh, I trust. I'm taking Jim Harbaugh. They're going to run the ball down their throat. J.K. Dobbins, can you actually show up? I need you, J.K. Dobbins. Oh, God, how do you botch that extra point, that field goal snap? Oh, man. I feel like I'm getting PTSD of Miami's special teams being so bad and letting us in the game and then just to lose. I feel like I'm getting that vibe watching the LSU Texas A&M game. Dude, J.K. Dobbins, show up, please. Saints suck. Oh, the holder wasn't even ready. That's brutal. Give me the Chargers to win. I'm gonna go 23. Spencer Rattler's probably starting still. 23-13. 23-13 Chargers. Bills Seahawks. Give me the over. Give me the over. I am not completely sold on Seattle's defense at all. Bills are traveling across the country. That worries me. But give me the over. I think both teams will score. Seattle, the 12s, that's always a tough place to play. I'm going to go with Buffalo to win. But I think it's going to be high scoring than people think. I do. Give me Buffalo 38. Seattle 30. It's going to be one of those high-scoring games. Back and forth. I think Geno's going to score. It's going to be a good duel. Allen comes out on top, though. And I think that the Bills have their way. I don't trust Seattle's defense all the way. 38-30. Buffalo over Seattle. Panthers, Broncos. Oof. Under. Bryce Young's back. He'll play pretty better than what Dalton was playing the last couple weeks. I hope Andy Dalton's all right. He had a car crash earlier this week. But I'm going with Denver because their defense is good, and this is a game they should win. 20-9, Denver beats the Panthers. Chiefs, Raiders. I picked your defense this week, Kansas City, because there was no other defenses I liked. You better go off. Aiden O'Connell last beat Mahomes. It's in Vegas. I get it. Y'all still should go off. No excuse. I got the Chiefs 27-10 over Las Vegas. Raiders suck. Bears, Commanders. Jaden Daniels might be out. Mariota's going to start. Ooh. I still think the Bears win, though. I can't trust Mariota. I can't. But the Commanders could win this game. But I'm going to go with the Bears. Close one. I'm going to say... 31-23. I think Mariota could let up 23. Maybe garbage time points late. 31-23. Bears over the Commanders. Don't love the over, though. Cowboys, Niners. No touch for me on the guarantees. No touch. Prescott sucks against the Niners. Last couple of meetings. I'll take the Niners reluctantly because I think Dallas is just worse. I have questions about their defense that does not look good. I'm going with the Niners to get 26. There was one game that was 26-19 from 2 years ago in the playoffs. 26-16. I'm gonna go just a little off. 26-16. Niners beat the Cowboys. Giants Steelers on Monday night. Oh, I have a guarantee. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to crush the New York Giants. TJ Watt is going to eat Daniel Jones alive. He's going to absolutely wreck the game to where he's going to have no time to throw the ball. The Giants fans, you delusional fans, be quiet. Okay, you thought you were shit after. Wow, what a late touchdown push. But I wonder, are they going to mark him short at the one? No, they're celebrating touchdown. A&M. Steelers win. Russ is going to cook at the Giants. 34-14. Giants, you suck. You're going to get blown the fuck out. So, I'm going to go through the guarantees quickly. All right? Eagles, Bengals. Give me the Eagles plus the points. Over 47.5. Eagles, Bengals. Okay? That's 2. So, Eagles plus 3.5. Over 47.5. Cardinals, Dolphins. Over 46.5. I think Bills, Seattle. Over 45.5. A lot of overs today. All right? And the Pittsburgh Steelers will definitely win by 6. They'll cover. So, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to beat the New York Giants. And all the games I mentioned are going to go over. Guarantee! Charles Barkley style. Woo! Guarantee, baby. That's right. Guarantees are back. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Loungetime. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, so that way you guys can get all the latest content for the Loungetime season. We have more guests coming on. We have a lot more content for the second half of the season. You do not want to miss out. There's a lot more action for the second half of the season, and I can't wait, especially for the playoffs. You don't want to miss that. We'll have NBA Nerd in for some NBA content later in the year as well. Do not miss that. Okay? You can also follow me on X at Loungetime Pod. If you agree with my tweet that I sent earlier in the week, awesome. I had 6 or 7 people like it. If you don't, all good. Hey, I'll talk about anything you guys want to tweet at me on the show if you've been paying attention. It would really help the channel out, right? So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Loungetime. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I will see you guys next week back in the main studio, unless I'm on the road, on the next episode of Loungetime. Have a great NFL Sunday, everybody.